Chips, 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 chips.
We don't have any chips.
Aww. Might as well just do the video then. Hi, and welcome to Crafts by Two. I'm George.
And I'm Ken.
And I'm hungry.
One of our other hobbies is canning. We do salsa and pickles, and some years we do hot peppers, but not this year. If you watch our Between Crafts channel, we also have a Facebook for that, and we shared some photos of our canning this weekend. But while I was doing that, I knew one of the projects I wanted to do with Print Then Cut was do our labels for the cans. We just write on with the numbers, with the dates, but then in the dark or on the shelves where everything's stacked, sometimes it's hard to find what you're looking for. So I knew with Print Then Cut, I could do some pretty cool labels.
So Ken, are you going to show us how you did them?
Yep. And during the video, I use Cricut's new printable stickers. And they're really heavyweight and cut really well.
So hey, how did you make this a round sticker? I saw the photo you used and it was a square.
With Design Space currently, it does cut the photo as you bring it in. So when you bring in a photo that's square, it's going to cut a square. So that's why we show you in this video how you can use GIMP or other photo editing software to make a round photo or any other shape.
I'll have to watch this video.
Once you're done with the salsa.
There's no chips.
Here we are in GIMP, and I'm showing you in GIMP because it's free software that's available for Windows and Mac OS X. And in our description, we'll have a link on where you can download it. Many of the things I'm showing you, you'll be able to do in Photoshop or other image editing programs. But we're just using GIMP because it's free for anyone. I'm going to open the image I want to use of my hot peppers. What we need to do is make this into a circle with the rest of the image being transparent. So the first thing we need to do in GIMP is to tell this that we want it to have a transparent layer. So going to the layer menu and then transparency, I'm telling it to add an alpha channel. All you have to know is that that is going to let us make portions of this image transparent. Coming over to the toolbox, I'm going to select the ellipse select tool. And before we draw, I'm coming down to the tool options. And in this case, I want to uncheck anti-aliasing because that's going to smooth the edges for me. But in this case, because I'm going to be cutting the circle, I don't need it to be smoothed out. And then I'm also going to check the fixed aspect ratio box and make sure that this is set to be 1:1. What this is going to do is make it a perfect circle as I draw it out. Now I can come over to the corner of my image and drag out my selection from one corner to the other. And this way I know I have a perfect circle because I did the fixed aspect ratio. Now I come up to the select menu and I invert my selection because currently I've selected the center part of the circle and I want to get rid of the outside. So I'm inverting my selection. And then all I have to do is press delete on the keyboard. Now I can come up to select and select none. I can tell that this is transparent because I'm seeing the checkered background. And I'm left with just the circle. It looks like I might have not gotten the edge quite right here. So I'm just going to undo and do this again. So I'm going to start from inside a little so I make sure I don't clip that edge again. And now eyeballing it, I can see I've got a good outline all around. So now I can select, invert, and then delete on the keyboard. Now I have a good circle all around. I'm going to go to the File menu and Export As, and this was already a GIF, and that seems to be what's working best for me with the transparency. So I'm just going to change this from Hot Pepper Square to Hot Pepper Circle and save that to the desk. Getting rid of the GIF comment. People don't need to know it was created with GIMP. And then export. Now my circle is on the desktop, and there it is as a preview. Now let's bring this into Design Space and finish our design for our labels. Now I need to upload the image. So I do Upload Image, Basic Upload, and just walk through the steps. Step 1 is selecting my image. So I'm going to browse and choose my Hot Pepper Circle. And there it is in the preview. And anything you want to print out, we're recommending that you keep it on complex image. That way it keeps all your colors nice. It's not reducing the colors and making your image look less detailed than it is. And then continue to step 2. And you can see, if I zoom here, that it brought it in with a nice circle shape. And if I do the preview of the cut, it's going to cut it as a circle. And that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to continue right on to step 3. And with Print Then Cut, there's this new checkbox to preserve the original image within the shape. And that's recommended for printing. And that's what we want. So I'm making sure that this checkbox is all checked and saving my Hot Pepper Circle. Selecting my image and inserting it into my design. So I need 2 labels. I need one for a wide mouth jar and one for a regular size jar for our pints. And playing around with the sizes, we discovered that there's the 2.5 inch for the wide mouth jar is a good size, and 2 inch for the smaller regular jars. So I'm selecting my image and going to edit and changing this to 2.5. Now just to add some text. And I want this centered and much smaller, probably 38 point. And let's find something that's good for salsa. So we just have to wait for the font to load. Even though this says Go Canada, I think it's kind of a fun font. I'm going to select this one. And then make my text white. If I bring this over, lines up pretty good. I think it could be a little bit bigger. And I'm not liking that extra space. Because by doing that and bringing it down, I can make the text even a little bit bigger. I think that looks good. Let me close this edit panel. And I want to make this entirely printable. So I'm selecting everything and flattening it with the new Flatten tool. And there we go. Hot Salsa 2014. So I just need another one for my smaller can. So now that I have that, first I'm going to just clean up a little bit unhide this drop shadow and delete it because I don't need it. Now on the layers panel, I'm going to duplicate this because that's 2.5 for the larger jar, and I just need one at 2 inches for the smaller jars. And now we're ready to go. So I click go. And there's my labels on the preview with the registration marks that are needed for print and cut. And for now, just to make sure everything fits and looks good, I'm just doing the 2 labels. So I'm going to do print and continue. And in this case, because the sticker paper is a heavier weight, I'm using the bypass tray on our printer. And the print dialog in Chrome doesn't let me get to that. So I'm going to print using the system dialog. So this gives me the more traditional print dialog, and I can go to my print settings and tell it that I'm using the paper feed slot. And I'm going to print this. So here's my labels all printed out and ready to go. I can just lay them on my mat. Make sure this is smoothed down good. This mat is a little old. And now load it in. Whoop, that corner's popping up. And I'm covering it up like this, so using this extra little tool, I don't scuff up the real paper that I want to use for my projects, but this way I can put some pressure on it to make sure that everything's stuck down well. Now back on the computer, I'm going to choose my Explorer. And it's already loaded and ready to go. It's set for light cardstock. And I'm going to press go on the machine. I can click finish. And check out my cuts. And using the light cardstock, I'm able to pop it off the background sheet, but it didn't cut through everything. So that makes it handy to work with your labels like that. So here's our labels and our salsa. Fresh made yesterday. If you're in our Between Crafts group, where we show activities when we're not crafting, we put up some photos of us doing this. And in the description, there's a link to our Between Crafts. So I'm going to pop off these labels and put them onto our cans. Oh, this one cut through a little bit more. So there you go, some easy canning labels. So we know the date, when we canned them, and they look great. Easy to pick out when we have them in the boxes on the shelves. So that was super easy with the new Print Then Cut feature. The only extra step we had to do was make it round in GIMP.
Wow, that was pretty easy, Ken.
And pretty quick.
Yeah, it was. And I really like the way they came out on the top of our cans. And I think our friends who get them as gifts will love them too.
So don't forget to check out the description, because I'll put a reminder there about the sizes that we cut the circles at for the wide mouth jars and the regular jars.
I was promised chips.
I didn't promise you chips.
Somebody promised me chips.
Maybe the voices in your head?
They owe me chips.
Talk to them about it.
So that's our first 5 videos showing you the Print Then Cut feature from Cricut on the Cricut Explorer.
There's a lot more you can do with it, and all the extra features like Slice. We've only touched the surface, so we're going to be working on more videos. So make sure you subscribe and check out our playlist on all the new Print Then Cut features.
And don't forget about our giveaway.
That Cricut has generously given us a Cricut Explorer to give away, plus a bundle of the new print and cut materials, the stickers and the printable vinyl. So you could win a complete print and cut package. We're not sure of the details yet of when we're going to be giving this away, so you'll want to subscribe to our videos using the link up in the corner. And that way you won't miss out when we do make our announcement.
So, until next Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday's right after Monday.
Yep.
Do we have to do more videos?
I think we're good for this week. Let's get some new stuff done.
Play more with the Print Then Cut feature?
Yeah, of course.
Great! All right, we'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to print more.
Bye.
Bye.